Yeah, I started recording. So, am I audible?
Yes, bhai.
Okay, okay. So there are two types of trades, like cross trade and isolated trade. I will explain these things in the next slide. And also, what there are certain things like we can short in the futures, and also as well as we can short actually the coins whatever available, and also we can play stop loss, take profit. These things are only there in the Binance nowadays, and also few other exchanges also came, but I don't think so they are much credible nowadays. Like there are small wicks also will be coming in certain other exchanges, so I always recommend to use Binance only. So coming to the types of future wallets, there are USDT M and Coin M, two types of futures wallet. So USDT M wallet is nothing but you have to transfer your USDT to the future wallet. So that is from spot wallet to the future wallet. So you will be getting leverage on those USDT what you have transferred from the spot wallet to the future wallet, and the profit and loss will be shown in the USDT. So same type other wallet is that Coin M wallet. So for suppose you have a BNB or BTC, you can transfer that BNB or BTC to the Coin M futures wallet, and also you can take trades upon those. You can take trades based upon the price what they have. So for basically now BTC is around 36k something like that. So from the CMP what the price is there, current market price, you will be getting leverage based on those things. So this thing is little difficult thing, coin and futures. So use USDT M futures always, like whatever the USDT you have we can transfer them. So for basically for calculations purpose, this thing is the best thing, USDT M thing. So going to the next slide. So cross margin and isolated margin, as said in the starting of the slide. So there is two types, like cross trade and isolated trade. Before knowing these two, we have to know what is liquidation. Liquidation is common in the both things. So for suppose you have $10 in your account. So I'm talking about the USDT M here. I'm talking about USDT M. So you have transferred $10 from the spot to the futures wallet, that is USDT M thing. And with the 10x leverage, you are taking a trade. So what you are doing is that you are putting your $10 with 10x leverage, and you are taking for you are buying certain coins for, like, let's say example ADA or Matic. So Matic you are taking. So what here is that $10 will be yours and $90 will be given by the Binance. So how this 90 has came is that the leverage what you have taken. So 10 into $10 into the 10x leverage you are using, so it will be 100. Actual amount you are using is the $10 here. So $10 will be the your dollar and $90 will be given by the Binance. So for suppose Matic you have taken long position for $2 you have taken, hypothetical numbers this way, at $2 you have taken long position and your liquidation price is around 1.5. So whenever Matic hits go to the charts actually. Oh, let's okay exam we'll see this KSM. So liquid I'm talking about the liquidation. So you have taken long at KSM around 182 levels, and your liquidation price is for suppose hypothetically uh, around 177. So here what happens is that whenever the liquidation price has hit your these levels like 177, you will be losing your $10 here. This is called the isolated margin trade. So in isolated margin trade, what happens is actually the amount you are keeping in the trade for you have taken $10 trade. So you'll be losing only $10 what you have kept. But in cross margin trade, what happens? You have $100 in your wallet, and you have taken long in KSM. You have taken long in KSM, and the liquidation price is around these levels. Let's say a hypothetical example, around it was like around 173. So whenever KSM touch this level, when you have taken long position, you lose all the $100 what you have in your wallet. That is cross margin trade. So always use the isolated margin trades, but cross margin also it had its own benefits. I will say later what are the benefits that cross margin had. So just concentrate on isolated trade for few weeks or few days, whatever the time period you are becoming, until like you are able to hold your position. Just take the isolated margin trades. So here the risk will be the very less, like whatever the dollar you're putting, whatever the trade you are taking, it will be limited to that. As we know, crypto is the most volatile market. There are high chances of losing these things in cross margin trades. Hope everything is clear until now about the liquidation, cross margin, isolated margin, USDTM futures. We'll take up in the next like later 10 or 20 minutes for the doubt section actually. So let me finish all these things now. Oh, so here comes, this is the basic types of whatever the things had in Binance they are providing. So these are the basic types: USDT market capital and coin market capital, cross and isolated trades. So next thing is that how to trade futures. So I will come this part later at the last. I will cover this long short allocation, what you have to do, how to adjust the leverage, how to take stop loss, how to play stop loss, and how to take the stop profit. So how to close your position, when to close your position. Before knowing that, I will say like how to take the trades. So always create a good watch list in Binance and keep along with the description. So for suppose what I'm trying to say is that you know that here is the breakout. So we can observe here like little consolidation going here in KSM. Uh, little consolidation going here, and this is the breakout point actually. So you can open Binance and you can place alert at 160. You can see right 160 here. So you can place the alert at 160 here. Actually my advice is that don't keep alert at 160, just keep alert at 158 or 159, close to the breakout level, because by the time you open app and you take the trade, it will be moving very fast. So when you keep the alerts at a little lower levels at 140, 159 or 158, so that we can see the setup actually. So how it was going, you can check the BTC and how the market is going. Before taking these trades, we have to check the BTC also. I will cover those things also. So just remember, keep this price alert at 158 or something like that. And also if people will be knowing, like if you take 10 to 30 trades, you will be knowing easily. So at that time you can place at the exact levels here 160 or whichever the breakout points there. And also sincere request is that be away from the people who just speculates the markets and they doesn't take any trades. So here why I'm saying is that whoever they looks, it will be easy to them, so they can give any free advices like, oh, I thought here this thing will happen, that thing will happen. So don't care about all those people, just do what you want, just do follow your own strategy. And also people say okay, BTC will falling from here, but you will be already having your analysis, your views. Oh, it won't fall here. Oh, then be stick to your strategy what you have. So next coming, many people from the group also ask this thing, what is the time frame, what are the patterns we have to use. And also Anibai asked about the price action, these things. So we'll cover these things in also in our session now. So for suppose, as many people requested me to take the webinar because of the centuries whatever I am posting. So I'll say that it was in my signature style of trading, like century. In equity also I used to do BNF or bank Nifty options or Nifty options. 100 points will be my main aim. So how to cash those 100% gains, or how to calculate how to cash the successful trade of 100% which doubles your wallet. So I will be try to put little note on these things also, but this is just not the overnight experience I got. There is many difficulties, there is much times I have blown out my account also, Binance account, futures wallet account. So just this, take these things as an hypothetical example only. So whatever the coins you are taking, suppose 5% move with 20x leverage, so 5 into 20, it will be automatically 100% gains. So for suppose KSM, I will show again this KSM itself. So KSM here, it had a little tight consolidation, and also it was created a base actually. So our entry point should be here. After the confirmation candle, we had a hammer here above the trend line. So above the resistance, now it became a support here. So here we had a hammer. This is the confirmation candle along with the volume support. So here it will be a long position. So I have entered KSM around here 160, let's say 160 or 160, sub like this. And from here, 5% move is like around the next resistance or whatever, let's say next resistance itself, which is around 4%. So with the 20x trade, $5, take $5 trade only. So with $5, I'm entering into KSM from here, which is my target is around next resistance, that is 167. So 4% my aim here. So 4% into 20x leverage is automatically 80% gains what you are having. So for suppose you are entering with a $10, here you are getting $80 of profit. And also the risk reward will be like, this will be your risk reward. This hammer close will be a risk reward like 1%. So whatever the move 1% it makes either downside, then you will be losing the 1% of your value which you are entering. And 5% down, then automatically it will be 100% loss. So if liquidation price will be there around, it actually depends whether you are entering with the $5, $10 or $500. So $5 it will be nearby less. There is a Binance calculator, futures wallet calculator. You can use there itself, like before entering what the amount you are entering, at what price you are entering, and what is your target price. If you enter those things in the Binance app, then automatically it shows the liquidation price, the profit what you are getting, and the percentage of gains what you are having. So for suppose example, I say I have entered here 167 with $100, my liquidation price will be around these levels. Hypothetically I'm speaking 152 or 150, like that. For suppose $5 I'm entering, and my liquidation price will be around 157, like this. So I'm talking about the 20x leverage actually. So with 3% 3x leverage also, you can take the trades. 3x is the best positional strategy which most of the traders are using nowadays. So we can enter with the 3% also. So whatever the price it moves, it will be multiplied with the 3% of leverage what you are using. So automatically start with the less leverage. Always start with the less leverage and start with the less dollar allocation. Let's say $5 per trade or $2 per trade, not more than that. Keep $50 in your account and start doing with the $2 to $3 like for initial days. Then after you will be coming to, you will know many things like how to hold your position, how to stop loss, how to place the stop loss, how to take off the profit, and also how to maintain the position with overnight positions also. And many people saying that price action, so how the success rate will be. Most of the times I didn't book below 30% or 40%. So people say, what are the these people, many people have asked me like, what are the things you follow. So I have said in the group also many times. I've Biju Bhaiya and Dinu Bhaiya also always says that about the hammer close. So hammer close is the most powerful reversal pattern, and also trend line plus hammer is the most reversal pattern. There will be a simple channel breakouts by connecting the highs and lows of the candles. And also this is the trend line breakout which we many people do. Actually Fibonacci retracement levels, wave patterns, all these are like uh, don't work many of the times, but trend line will be the best thing. Only with the trend line we can only with the trend line we can what you say, take the positions actually. And also 3-pointer breakout is the most powerful breakout until I have seen this breakout as the most powerful breakout. And also in 1 hour time frame, there are U and V reversal patterns. I will show you them now. U and V reversal patterns, how will be there. I will discuss all these six things in the chart itself now. So hammer close, I'll show the hammer close. Anyone can say one coin or any other suggest, we'll find those things there. Hello.
Ethereum.
Okay. Yeah, I have made this one. So I said, yeah, Ethereum also you'll see. I said U pattern. This is one of the U patterns here. So it was creating a base actually. You can see here, right? So this is a 1 hour chart from what I am using. Create one trend line here. High uh, and also here check the volume, what the volume it was there. You can find here how the candles are reacting. It was reacting like this. So even if you enter at the base level here, let's say this is the thing. So we had a hammer here along with the volume support also there. So if you enter trade here, placing SL at this low, this candle low should be an SL and this should be an entry. So from here, calculate the percentage of gains what you are getting until the next resistance. Always keep on the next resistance as your target. Don't be greedy while taking positions in futures. If you are greedy, then don't do the futures itself. So from here, basically I do 20x leverage. So my trade will be around again 6% move I got. So automatically 120% gains I'll be having. So here what I do is that I'll see according to the market condition. I will go and check the BTC, whether BTC at the support or whether BTC at the resistance or BTC at the sideways movement. Then I will plan to take whether to hold this position or to book 75%, 60% or 25%, 50%, whatever the comfortable level I had. So I can place SL again here. So trailing of SL. From this low to we have trialed SL here. Again, we have found a hammer. Again, this was a good base what
Entry
we
point.
have support what you have got. Again from here it has rallied up to here. So again 9% gains we have got here. 9%. Okay, let's remove the week there. So week gains should not be calculated there. Within a span of seconds it will go off. So again 6% gains we have got. So what I'm trying to say is that follow few charts only in initial days, 5 or 6 charts. Let's say KSM, Ethereum, whichever the people will be knowing few charts, like you people be having few favorite coins. So keep them in watch list and always draw make trend lines in 1 hour. If possible, make them in 2 hours or 4 hours. Don't make if you got a breakout in day chart frame also, then it will be a very good thing. The breakout will be a powerful breakout in day chart. So trend line plus hammer, trend line plus hammer also I'll say here. Yeah, this for trend line plus hammer. So we had got a trend line here, or else we'll see some other thing. Yeah, this one. No. Ethereum will find Ethereum. See this one, Ethereum. This is the trend line what we had. So this is the support zone. Basically, Ethereum is reacting these from these levels itself, or else we can take at the lower level also. These levels also we can take in 1 hour or 2 hour chart frame. Let's say 1 hour chart frame we have taken this. So here this is the basic zone what which Ethereum is trading around. So here we got an hammer, trend line plus hammer. So automatically it has risen little. Like I don't trade much in Ethereum. So because BTC and Ethereum are like what you say, BTC and Ethereum are like the movements will be too volatile. You can check the VIX here. Like it, there are a lot of chances of hitting our liquidation prices if we trade in these type of coins. So I avoid this thing. So from trend line, if you see again 5% move, let's say not 5% because the wick is there, let's say around 4% something around we will get here. So again also we also got a confirmation candle here, again 4% move we got. So with 20x leverage, again 4% and 80% gains we will getting. So for suppose $100 we are taking here and risking around these 2-3% downside, we will be getting around $80 profit here again. So this is the one thing, trend line plus
Go
hammer.
outside?
Hello. Yeah.
Go outside?
Okay. Hello. Please mute yourself. Someone is talking.
Okay.
And also simple channel breakouts. There will be a simple channel breakout. Many things, if you observe, there are many coins which are giving nowadays simple channel breakout. Just now I have spotted one inverse head and shoulder pattern here, INHS. Basically, this is also a most powerful pattern. So
Yeah, I did.
we found this one here. INHS is also a powerful pattern, but it needs volume to break out. So from here, the confirmation will be around here. So head will be the confirmation to take the trade, but it has failed here. So there is a breakout, a confirmation candle, and after confirmation candle, it has went down. Again, it has raised up from here. So sometimes it better use only the trend line.
I'm full. I'm full.
You are not.
You cannot have my salad.
Huh? I can have your salad?
You cannot.
Why not? Let's go eat the whole salad right now, guys. You guys want salad?
It's mine, Cosmo. It's mine. Just kidding. Why?
Dharni?
Sai, maybe can you mute everyone?
ఎవరే మాట్లాడారు? Mute everyone at least. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. Someone was like, I didn't kept mute everyone. So here what I'm speaking is that instead of doing these patterns, like we can do in day time frame and for spot things. So for future things, don't use these type of patterns, INHs or the inverse head and shoulder or head and shoulder. So we required is that there are a lot of chances hitting the SL. So always use a simple trend lines, whatever there. So with the simple trend lines also, we can be having much movement here, so we can find here. And also here also we had a hammer and also move here. So we have to be active in booking the profit. Just you should not open the trade and you should not see some other things. When you are opening the trades, you have to concentrate on them. Many my friends, what they do is that if I give call, they open the trade, they will enter here, around here they will enter, and it will go up to here. They will text me at these levels, Macha, it was in last raw, what you have to do. But I will be booking and exiting around here because the weeks, what it was there, it shows the weakness of that. So this is the reason why we should avoid such and patterns. And like basically you who are good at those things, they can have they can follow those things. But I am following only these things for the futures thing. Even I follow inverse head and shoulder, some other patterns for the spot delivery in the daily time frame, but these things should be followed for the futures. So 3.0 is also a powerful breakout one. Even I like that, like flag 3-pointer, all these things were the powerful ones breakouts. Well, I have kept 3-pointer here. See, 3-pointer is nothing but just joining the 3 highs of the candle. So can you see this trend line, right? This is one high, this is one high, and this is one high. So 3-pointer is nothing but joining of 3 highs, and third high will be the breakout point. For that, you should be having volume support also. So here volume also there, and also multiple KSM had a multiple trades here. So one is 3-pointer, this one 3-pointer breakout, and trend line plus hammer, this one trend line plus hammer. and also we have consolidation breakout here. So this is also a type of U pattern. So we can see here it was making a U pattern, little consolidation, trend line, hammer and trend line, and also a breakout one. So this is the things I follow, especially in futures. So hammer close, trend line hammer, simple channel breakout, trend line breakout, 3-pointer, U or reversal. And along with these things, just for the confirmation, I use MACD and RSI. I don't use them for much of the times. When I trade daily time frame only, I will be using these things. So MACD and RSI are little, they are good indicators, but if you are trading in futures, it is like little lagging indicators. So here is the, you have to be so quick. How much quick you are, that much money you can earn here in the futures. So before knowing all these things, you have to know the trend. So how was the trend here? So okay, now I want to take KSM here, but we have to know the BTC condition. What was the BTC condition? So just open the BTC chart. Like nowadays many exchanges were available. Nowadays many exchanges were available. They were like Bitfinex, other things, but always see the chart which you are trading. So for suppose you are using Binance futures, always see use these exactly which it belongs to, like what you say, you can check here, right? Binance futures USDT perpetual. So always do these, check these patterns, check this chart itself, because the sometimes in other exchanges wicks may be different. In our exchanges the wicks may be different. So what I trying to say is that always use, if you are using Binance for futures, then use BTC USDT perpetual chart of Binance only. Don't use any other chart. So here we have to know the trend here now. So for knowing the trend, just open the BTC and check whether how was the trend now within 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. So it was at the support now. We have to, this is a simple channel breakout, but it rejected here twice. It was rejected here. So obviously if you are planning to enter a trade at this level, at here, then you should be waiting for the breakout or the confirmation candle, but it didn't break out. And also wicks were showing the weakness of the BTC. So your trend will be a downward trend. You should not be taking any long position. Accordingly, if shorters were there, they can choose the coins based upon these things only. So you will be shorting only. You should not be doing long. So always BTC is BTC says the trend which side you should be. And again, we got a support here, support plus hammer, and also confirmation candle, and also it was a trend line breakout also. So here again you should be becoming up to be a long side. So this is the trend what we have now. Again we have to be waiting for the confirmation candle whether to break this week's high, or whether BTC is making, whether this week's high or making a sideways movement, or it may fall from here. So we should be waiting for this pattern. There should not be no hurry in futures. Whenever the market supports, then only we have to take the futures. Many people do, what they do is that, okay, I want to earn today a little bit of money, okay, I will buy this thing, it will make go up. They'll think that they will think may should not be there. Actually we have to wait. How much patience you have, that much money you can earn. And without the greed also, these Binance futures will give you better earning opportunities in your daily life. So whatever it was like, it was showing a evening star pattern, little like evening star pattern. I hope again trend will be in the downward trend. So accordingly you have to plan your trades. For suppose you are planning for KSM or some other thing, so you have to mark, okay, if long side or short side it comes, what should I do? So we know the trend now. Okay, BTC trend is low, now is like now it was making evening star pattern there. So we have to draw the trend lines here again. We have to observe this, like whatever the supports are there, we have to plot them. And if sudden moves come, we should wait for the confirmation candle, and we should see the BTC how it was reacting. Then we can take the trades accordingly. this is about the trend, what we do actually. So we know the trend now. So how to find the actual altcoins to trade? That is most of the people think like there are around 6,000 coins, but we should catch the running horses. So how we do that? There are two types of techniques here. Trading view scanner is there, and also the watch list. Basically I follow only the watch list, and this is the best ever thing. I'll show the trading view scanner also for you. So I have created one screener here which shows few coins here. You can check these things. Actually here change percent, all these things will be there. EMA, who if someone or like yeah, moving averages all hours, they can plan accordingly. But I don't use these things. Even I tried, but this is the very lagging indicator, I say. USDT per. So only KNC is now in our favor. The two, it was in downward movement. Sorry, it was in upward movement. We got one kind here too long now. So we have to wait for the BTC.
So,
So
what was the input you had given over here for a screener?
input I will share. I will put it in the PPT at the last. So I unable to scroll here, like change percentage, change volume. These there are many things here, like what are the capitalization you can use, what were the average volume you had. There are many things. If you have a scalper, you can use 5 minutes percentage also. Basically you can set up these things according to your trading style. So it will be different to each individual. So you have to few people will be loving in volatility. So within 1 minute scalping in volatile market, they will be doing short positions and long position, and they will be gaining. And also these were the things, exponential moving averages. You can set up all these things. So whichever the coins which meets your parameters, then it will be coming here. So here you can select the exchange also. I have selected Binance as I'm trading in the Binance. So BTC premium index, everything will be there. So just search with the USDT per PERP, because we are doing the perpetual futures here. So KNC we have got. Add this KNC to the watch list, and do little chart work here. Just draw the trend lines and see what are the possible outcomes here. Still 2 hours candle showing a bullish Engelfinch pattern here. Within 1 hour, if it closes here, then we had a bullish Engelfinch pattern. And then wait for the one more candle here. Let's say confirmation candle, whether it comes here or in this range or in this range. So then accordingly you can plan your setup. So this is one type, but actually many times we just it help screener helps to find the coins a little late. Actually, this is the hammer we got here. So hammer close we got, and we can long here actually, but this is little volatile. Looks like a little volatile coin. See the wicks are highs and lows, and also the pattern how chart is behaving. So we should basically, I will avoid these types of patterns. Only the clean candles what their charts have, we have to take those only into the consideration. So again here we got a trend line plus hammer breakout. So this is the trend line, and we got a hammer, and there is a up move here. So from, if you take a long position even after the confirmation candle around here, it was around 10% move. But actually what we need is around 5% move or 3% move, that's it. So after it comes, we have to close the trade. Later how much ever it goes, then nothing to worry, because almost we are running 80 to 60% in a single trade. Coming to the next thing is like watch list. Always create a good watch list here. Always create a nice watch list and place alerts. If you open the Binance app, you can see alerts. So for suppose AVAX you had, breakout is at around in 1 hour time frame or 2 hour time frame. We'll see for a 3-pointer here if possible. So 3-pointer, it has rejected here. Just place the alert at this wick high 72 in your Binance app. Basically I said place order, place a alerted little price below 72 or 71 like that. So so that you can do all this analysis, what BTC is saying, what uh, all these things are saying, so that you can have a proper plan setup. Always place alert. Even if you are doing your works, if you see the alert, you can open the app and you can have a few trades. You can't do this open screener, you have to search all these things. If you in your free time go through the coins and place alerts maximum as possible, and also say the description why you are placing an alert, because few times even we know that okay, this is a 3 pointer breakout, but when after few hours we may forget that. So place 3 pointer breakout or the breakout, something like that, and place alert over here. Whenever it comes alert triggers, then open the trade, do little BTC chart work and analysis, and take the position. And also few people always says that why can't we carry overnight positions. I never carry overnight position only until and unless I have a conviction on BTC. I know if I know the BTC movement, then only I'll be trading overnight positions, because whatever the amount it looks so good, we won't be looking for morning. For suppose I have taken trades around here, I thought BTC will break out from here, from morning I can make a few bucks and I'll be doubling my wallet from tomorrow morning. But what happens actually is that by the time it comes here, all the liquidation prices will be eaten by the bears. So don't take overnight position. Even if you want to take the overnight positions, there is certain things like observe what crypto index is saying. Okay, here we had a thing, crypto index, do the analysis of crypto index, what crypto index is saying, and also have the view of BTC dominance. This is a chart of BTC dominance. So always have the view of BTC dominance also. So here BTC dominance is increasing and also BTC also increasing. And there we have to see crypto index chart, what altcoins is doing. Altcoins didn't move much here. The length, if you observe here, BTC is making move and also dominance is making move. But according to the percentage of move of both those things, still alt index is didn't given a breakout here. So if you think that alt index is giving a breakout, like altcoin index or perpetual future, so it was giving a breakout here, and also hammer we found, and there is a confirmation candle and good retest on the trend line. So you can carry a position until there is a next resistance. This is like what I'm trying to say is that if you are doing a futures, try to book as early as possible, or else keep a sell or trial the sell. And also there are certain things that if you want to book the profit, you can book 50% or 75% or 20% profits what you have. So as I said, BTC dominance, alt perpetual index, and also CAX index, all these things should be taken into the consideration while doing futures. Like basically if you take 30 minutes or 40 minutes, these all things are not necessary. But for knowing the trend and knowing the what where halts are heading, you must have all these things into the consideration. And also we will see many times liquidation will be happening. There is a total crypto market powered by crypto cap actually. This helps a lot in like what you say, where are the bottoms are happening. Even this is a leading indicator, as I say many times, it has helped me to the buy the alts many times. So this thing will be in consolidation. Once it breakouts, BTC will be moving too fast, because this is the market capital what we had before BTC making its move. It will be reflected here. So that's the
It's
thing.
symmetric triangle pattern also.
Yeah, that's what it was like, moving around here.
Yeah. No, symmetric triangle. If
Yeah,
you just draw the lows to the
yeah, that's what.
correct.
So this is the reason what we have to follow. And also BTC dominance, as I said, see here BTC dominance increasing, and also BTC also increasing. So there we may see, I have sent one chart actually. So we may see volatility or in the uh, market. So these are the things what I am following all these days for the successful trades. and what should be our psychology. Basically many people avoid these things. Actually I thought of keeping this slide at the first, but people will be felt bore I feel will be feeling bored if I keep starting about the psychology. So here psychology plays a very important role. Trust me, I don't see 100% or 200% gains when I am trading. Just my concentration will be on charts itself. Okay, this thing has given a breakout, so here I have to book. If I won't book this at this level, then this what you said, then it will fall to these levels. Okay, then I have to book my position now. How much gains I have at that position only we have to book. So if one keep on watching the PNL statement, it will be like plus 20%, minus 20%, plus 50%, plus 60%. It may touch to plus 90% also. But suddenly it will fall to 40%, 20%, and it will come back to your cost. Because this is the reason why it happens is that you are not watching your position here. Always follow the chart, always follow the price action, irrespective of following the profit and loss screen. So if you follow these things, you can make profits more efficiently, more consistently. So what I'm trying to say is that don't see the 100, don't wait for the 100 or 200% gains in starting stage. Keep 30% rule or 20% rule with the small leverage. Like small leverage is like 10% gains also. It's nothing more that more than enough actually for practicing purpose. Do 1 month or 2 weeks of paper trading along with these things, or along with whatever the strategy you are following. Just don't bring up the capital heavily. For suppose you are for you have $500, but don't bring $500 into the futures, because we have to know how markets reacting, which coins we have to hold, what are the gaining percent we can hold up to how much loss we can control our emotions. There are many things should be known. So what I'm trying to say is that just put $50 in a wallet and start practicing with $5 or $2. All for all the beginners, I'm saying those who are good at price action, they can go with the $250 or $500, what they can afford to lose, and follow these things. Basically trend line is more than enough. You should not worrying about all the other things. Just create a watch list and keep on alerts. This is the thing that I'm trying, I'm following all these days.
Yes,
Hello.
Sai,
Yeah, Bhaiya.
how do you shortlist all the coins? Like, I want to follow this much coins, or like there are a lot of coins. How do
Yeah,
you
that's
decide
what,
that?
Bhaiya. Just whenever you got the time, just shortlist them according to the volume what they are building. Just watch the volume there. Like most of the coins we'll be discussing in the group itself. For who people don't have any groups or some other thing, just add them, add every coin what in your free time. Just how we scroll the Instagram or Facebook, just give a like to them. Just the same way, just go through the crypto market capital of coins, and whichever the coin we find new thing, just add them to your watch list. So by that, it is a good habit having good coins in your watch list. It is a good habit. So just observe them daily, like before sleeping, or whenever you get the free time, just observe them. You can make a short list of those things, whichever the coin is moving, performing good, whichever the coin is moving, building the value, whichever the coin is discussed commonly in our group. So you can shortlist from those watch list to another watch list. You can create them in a separate watch list. Now what you have to make is that just make a chart, little chart analysis on that. What's your trading strategy, whether you want to trade in 1 hour or 4 hour or daily time frame. Then mark the supports and resistance and breakout levels. Just put the alerts at those levels, and you can track or you can take the trades using those levels.
Sai, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So if which is a general timeline that you use, 2 hour, 1 hour, which is the general one you see for
Basically
short?
I use 1 hour itself, but in Binance sometimes what happens is that even BTC is in correcting mode, we will get we'll get little coins which is in up move. For those things I use 6 hour time frame. Basically you can use 1 hour time frame above 1 hour, like not 30 minutes or 15 minutes, because 15 minutes or 30 minutes candle close will be too volatile and can't make too many trades. 1 hour candles will be the best thing for the futures. And also 4 hours, 4 hour time frame, it will sudden pop-up of the coins will be there. Like you say you use 20x leverage, then you can use what 4 hour time frame also. So for 4 hour time frame, what happens is that the breakout will be little more powerful, and the candle length will be more little bit more.
Okay. So say you have segregated as per 1 hour chart and you have invested, and you also cross check the 15 minutes or the less time also, just to check whether the
Yeah,
trend
just
line is.
to know the trend where you are
Okay.
heading. You can watch in about 3 minutes actually, not 1 minute. No, 1 minute won't be sufficient in crypto. You can about 3 minutes, like you can catch the trend actually in 3 minutes or 15 minutes. But for that,
Okay.
only to predict the next candle what you are getting, not for
Okay.
the
So
trade purpose.
so between 1 hour and 4 hour we can use, and to just cross check we can use the 15 minutes chart.
Yeah, you can cross check in 15 minutes or 30 minutes like that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, do you do this manually or you do this in an automated way?
No, but yeah, manually itself. Automatic bot gridding will be there, but I won't be using that because what I say is that I'm not perfect in those things. I'm just following the strategy what I know in this so far. Bot gridding also
Thank you.
there, but bot gridding we have to place the levels, little much of hard work. Like we have to know the levels either upside or either downside. Here, just based on simple trend line, we can take our decision. Like we have to enter or we have to wait for the confirmation, or else leave. We will see next later. So those types of things we'll be using here.
Sure. Thank you, Sai.
Sai, one more question.
Yeah.
So how do you identify the negative? Say if it's going to go down, and how do you identify that? That is also the chart.
BTC only, but yeah, you have to follow
So
BTC.
correct.
I said no, like you follow BTC. When BTC is approaching any resistance and you are at the long position, you better book and wait for the opportunity. The patience you show here and we wait for the opportunity will no longer will be pulled into the losses. Like always wait for the opportunity patiently. Even at the at the support zone, you can have longs. Like after the confirmation candle in 1 hour or 2 hour or 4 hour time frame, if you are getting any hammer on trend line with the volume support, and in 1 hour if you are getting any hammer, simple hammer with the volume support, then you can have long. Or else if you are getting little bit afraid or something like that, then you have to wait for the confirmation candle. After the confirmation candle, you can long from that level to the next resistance level.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Sai Mangesh here. How do you decide the target? Is it that you take out a 3 to 5% and don't care about how much it go up then after that?
Yeah. Basically, I started for trading for only for the aim of 30% initially. Around even it went to the 150% or 160% later, I calculated, but I didn't care about. I want the consistency here. I aiming for the 30%. So how I am aiming 30% is that based upon the BTC movement and based upon the coins what I have traded. So if I get 30% with 20x leverage, it will be very easy in crypto. Like if one movement or upside or downside, I will be having 30% either way. I may book loss also. So initially, what happens is that I don't know. There are certain things by placing SL. These types of things I did. I booked little loss, but it will be useful to few people. It will be useful to few people placing SL. But later I realized that okay, next resistance should be our target whenever we trade. So if you find few kinds, there will be multiple resistance in 1 hour and 2 hours time frame. Let's say example, any coin if you take, there will be a resistance at higher levels or immediate next to few 3-4 candles. So within 1 hour 2 hour or 1 hour close of 4 or 5 candles, then we can meet with the next resistance. Same with the BTC also. So observe BTC and your trade side by side. So open one tab, BTC in one tab and your trade in other tab, and you can trade with your mobile, closing the position or continuing with the analysis what you are doing.
Okay. And you put SL in the system, or you just observe and then just book the loss if it is.
No, but I don't keep any SL actually. I will wait for the next opportunity. Basically, I do most of the times cross trades, because cross trades advantage I said at the last is that if for suppose if you have a 5,000 wallet or $500 wallet, if you are taking certain position, it will be around now BTC. If I take with the $500 trade and $5,000 in my wallet, my liquidation price will be around 15K or 14K. You can calculate in that Binance calculator for the same thing also. So this thing is very benefit for the people who have huge wallet. So BTC 16K is that I can my effort is that my risk is here $500. So either $500 or with the 20 or 30% move, I can book around $100 or $50 like that. For the people who are with the less wallet or with the newbies, always try with the $5 or $2 for few days at least, like 5x. You can take 5x leverage, $5 per trade, and note down the mistakes what you have doing all the times. Like even I created one big book of my mistakes what I have done in earlier stages. I have noted every coin what here I have to do this thing, instead of doing this thing I have did this thing. So always write those mistakes. Even if you don't write, you will be forgetting, you will be repeating the same mistake again and again. That's it, Bhaiya.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone have any doubts regarding the session? I said I'll show one PPT at the end. So this is the PPT I want to show at the end. So here we can place the stop loss or stop profit here. And also there is one small technique here, avoiding liquidation prices. So here you can see margin USDT and also a plus symbol here. So I am entering I have entered these position along with the $50. So liquidation price is around 0.31166. And also if you press this plus symbol, there will be a one window popping up, add amount or remove amount. So why you want to add the amount? You want to add the amount because you think H bar will be going up and within 1 or 2 days, and it was near to your liquidation price. So if you add $10 or something like that, they will show estimated liquidation price. So to avoid the liquidation price, you have to add these thing. You can add the margin also. So after adding, it may move up, and your lack of funds you have. Same accordingly also you can take out the margin you have added earlier. Like for suppose $500 you have added here, but H bar came down again. You added around $100. Now H bar has moved up. Now you can remove around $550 from this trade, and this loss percentage will be calculated upon the $50 trade what you have. So 550 total $600 trade, 550 you have removed, 550 was remaining. So the profit and loss will be upon these $50 itself, and also the change of liquidation price will be also happening. Once if you start practicing, you will be coming to know this. This is little critical actually. You can place the SL instead of doing these things. I will be adding margin to a few calls. Like for suppose Sol, I have adding around 70 or 80. Those levels I will be adding margin. I know that it will may move up from certain support. So I'll be adding margin to that. So likewise, you can remove the margin also from there. Anyone
Sai,
have?
Hanif this side. Sai,
Yeah, hello,
what is
bhaiya.
the most hello? What is the most common mistake which any newcomer would make or you have made in your experience?
I want to become a overnight Harshad Mehta.
No. I'm referring to future trading specific.
Like people, whoever trading futures, they will be having much greed. Like they don't know the emotions or psychology. They don't know the market behavior, where we have to take the position, which way we have to, uh, which way we have to be inside, like for long side or the short side. And also there will be a lot of shit coins in the cryptocurrency. Many people choose those things actually. Don't choose those things, like be wherever the liquidity is more, just choose them, draw a patterns, draw trend lines, make use of the BTC trend, which trend we have now, and also select the coins properly. For newcomers, there'll be a lot of confusion. They don't know which coin to select. Just as I said, shortlist the coins, concentrate only on 5 coins initially, observe them daily, draw the chart patterns of those 5 coins daily. And also without greed, by seeing your profit and loss statement, just follow the technicals. If you don't know the technicals, we have to learn the technicals. If you know the technicals only, we can earn as much as possible in the futures or in the markets also. There are many ways of seeing these technicals also, but I believe simple trend line is more than enough making few money in futures market, or else in the equity market also same way.
Okay, clear. Basically, to avoid shit coins and stick to the major coins and make a small list initially.
Yeah.
What-
First of all, don't
Once we
bring
get the grip, once we get the grip, then only we should switch to more number of coins.
yeah, but yeah, automatically if you are getting grip, the confidence levels will be building up. Okay, I can, the capacity right now. After trading 5 coins, whatever the mistakes you are doing. Oh, I don't have this much confidence. Be true to yourself. Like, oh, don't assume, okay, this has gone from here to there, and then I know everything. Next day we fall from the same level to the down price also. Same way, know your mistakes along with know your mistakes first. Like repeat the mistakes every time. Don't repeat the mistakes every time. Just write down them and don't try to avoid them from the next time. Just do a paperwork. Like if you're not comfortable in trading, just watch the markets, daily participate in market. It will teach you something new. However the person might be, he knows everything, but market will teach you every new thing. Single day, single hour, it teaches you every new thing. So my thing is that just participate in market, show some dedication, like that, and also maintain some consistency, follow simple price action, simple market rules, then you will be most successful person here.
We truly hope so.
Okay, Sai, there is a hierarchy people follow where like for first BTC moves, then Ethereum moves. Likewise, there is a hierarchy. Do you have a pattern, what you have seen that, okay, these are coins which moves in sequence?
But yeah, initially these patterns keep on changing. Before you used to say Bit2Matic buy boy, but now they got some fight and they got divided. So basically what happens is that BTC make moves, but most of the times patterns won't be moving according to the BTC. It will be moving according to the crypto index or based upon the what you say, this one, alt perpetual index. So if you observe cleanly in smaller time frames, alt perpetual index and crypto index, even before the BTC moves, this thing will be giving little prior indicator that okay, now BTC is going to move. Because BTC is the most known coin, many people don't know CAX and all perpetual futures, what many people don't know. If you start observing these two, start observing these three actually, alt perpetual, BTC and CIX, always BTC is little lagging, what I felt most of the times. But accordingly, we have to go, we don't have so much time to track all these things. I will be following BTC move very rarely, like what you say, if you want to shop the spots in spot, you have to add the spot calls. I'll be analyzing these three along with the BTC dominance also. So when BTC dominance at the supports also, don't take any future trades here. So when BTC dominance increases, automatically all will fall. So this is also a leading indicator. There will be many leading indicators. For suppose BTC don't move or don't break out, but here what happens, CX index breakouts, and then BTC will be breaking out. I had a chart here. I'm searching out. I'm not able to find. I will post it in the, along with the PPT. I will post those things also. So I have few reading. I have saved those charts also to say the people. I'll be posting those things also. I'm not getting here. I don't know what I have saved those things.
Sure, sure. Thank you for clarifying that.
Sure, Bhaiya. Still, anyone have any doubts or certain things to ask now?
Sir, if you find any chart with like V pattern and all you are mentioning, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
for,
Bhaiya.
I think there are some 5 to 6 categories, right? U, V and all. So
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
I mean, whenever if you find time, so put it one slide for each for that category side. That would be
Yeah, but
helpful for us.
I thought of making those whatever the kinds I have recommended actually, but due to lack of time, like there is no time actually. That's the reason I didn't made any PPT so beautiful. Just introduction PPT I had made. I have few charts. I will try to make them one PPT. I will combine them and I will try to give little description about them, and I will post in the group definitely one day.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, how do you get to know if the market is going to crash?
Which market? Like equity or crypto?
Crypto.
Okay. Crypto is there are few. I will share my screen here. I will 1 second. For crypto market crash, just we have to analysis of single coin is enough here. I have shared this with the people also over there. So this is the analysis what I have done and exactly what I have bought according to uh, tops and bottoms. So here, this is the very base level which has BTC has created at 29K. So mark them at the base level. It has supported multiple. This is the day chart I'm saying about. So mark perfect support here. And if you clearly observe here, there is a evening star pattern over here. This is the evening star pattern. If I remove these, calculations will be going. So evening star pattern here. So we can expect a little dip over here. So if you are expecting a dip, then you have to mark the support system next. What will be a support? So this one will be your support. But BTC didn't hold this support also. There is very weakness of BTC. If you see the candles here, it was very weak. And also it has risen rapidly without the volume support. If you observe here, there is a big candles, but there is no support of the volumes here. And also next time it has falling, then this big candle broke the support. Then this is a clear indication that we are going into a consolidation or the lower market, like what you say, bear market thing. So this is what I said in my group and also in other groups also. So 27 Jan BTC had made a high low, that is 232, and also a high of 64 something like that, 64K. Then we found a evening star pattern here. From then BTC has consolidated a very long way, and here it has holded the support. As we said, there is a hammer and also a green candle bullish engulfing. We didn't find any certain pattern over here over the trend line. So there is a chances of reversal from here. And also we waited for the confirmation candle, and also we got the confirmation candle above these pattern. So there is a prayer. We can assume that there will be a run. And also there is a small retest with the previous support, previous resistance, which became a support and also hammer. So as I say, hammer is the most important thing. We can see it live here. Wherever the hammer comes, BTC has reacted very strength here, shown very strength here. BTC confirmation candle and the breakouts. And also here again, we found an evening star pattern. So same thing it was repeating. before seeing all these things, crypto index and also BTC dominance, all these things should also be seen. I will share this chart with you. I have said many calculations in this, and also way of logics also will be working under these things. There are certain parameters we can catch the tops and bottoms. Same things I have said in my personal groups also, and they were so happy that they have booked profits recently in November. Even I booked profit in November, and we are in ready to shop again above the 40K levels. So once the confirmation comes, we can shop. So, and also here, as you said, how the crash happened. See the volume and the bars, it was taken for the long bull run, and also bars and days or volume it has taken from top to the bottom. It basically, it was like 81 days and around an average of 90 days. So the same way here also around the average of 105 days. So same way I said, I'm feeling like again the bull run may start with the February end or the March second week, as per these calculations. Hope you got some idea regarding these things.
Yeah, thank you. I got it.
Thank you. Same way Nifty also reacted. If you say Nifty around here, these patterns, just simple trend lines. I don't use any moving averages or certain things. Nifty from here, everyone was saying around 1830. Everyone was saying from here 1930 will be coming, but it was a clear indication that it was a clear resistance it has shown. From there, one big candle. See how weak it was like. So I had a multiple supports. After breaking this, I confirmed the levels of this next support, like around 16,800. So almost it came up to 16,872 levels. From then again, it was started the reversal towards the upward journey. Nothing needed here. Also simple channel breakdown. Sorry, not breakout. We are expecting a channel breakout here, but at the top we found a doji here, and from doji it has fallen down up to here, and also few gap downs and hammer and trend line. But it was not a hammer what we want to bought, but it has acted as a support here, and from then good rally over to the top. And also we found a unhealthy candle over the resistance, and also fall toward these levels. So simple trend lines will always make you view simple views about the market.
Sir, what is
So,
the
Sai, what
outlook
is
for
your
Nifty next week?
yeah, same question I had.
But yeah, I
Thank
didn't
you.
get like two people were speaking at that time.
I was just
What is
asking,
your outlook for?
what is the trend line, or what is the view for Nifty next week?
Nifty little consideration towards these levels, by either 1714 426, like we can see Monday maybe a gap down in Bank Nifty as well as these levels, and also little retracement towards these levels 1734 or something like that. As Sanket sir also said that there is a run in PSU Bank, like sir is also good at catching these levels. So we might see up to these levels around this area, and ultimately my target was like around 19,300, which is just above the previous high. So I was like 19,300 will be my target for that. All these things will be like after March or April will be 1930 will be coming, I feel so. Same as well for the Bank Nifty, 41K will be a target. Up to these levels it will be a target. It will be reacting to these levels, and also it will be traveling to 41K. Clear, Bhaiya? Any doctor you have?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Still anyone have
Yes.
any doubts, or close the session?
Yeah. For Nifty or Sensex, you can always keep eye on PSU sector.
Yeah, sir. That's
if
what.
PSU sector is growing, if PSU sector is growing, that it's a cautious things.
Yes, sir.
So last week itself I had said, right? PSU sector is rising, bit concerning.
Sir, you want to add anything here, like as you are the person, you gave me the platform at the very a young age for the wealthy seats. Like I was asking everyone, but no one has responded. But the person has shown all these things to me.
Nothing. I would not like to add anything. Yeah, it was just a informative session. And yeah, personally, I won't trade futures, but I just would like to see how it's going. Yeah, personally, why actually I'm not trading? The reason being is that I would not like to trade anything in the leverage. So whatever I could afford, I could afford.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever I could not, I would not touch those things. So main thing is that whatever I could take a delivery and can hold, yeah, I would trade those things.
Okay, sir.
Sai sir, one request.
No, sir, bhaiya.
No. I mean, sorry, Saket sir. I think Saket sir is there, no?
Yeah. There.
So actually, on the PSU bank, so you were saying concerns that it is going towards the negative side.
Yes, correct. So if you just open the PSU bank, I guess Nifty PSU, right? There is one index. Sai, can you please add it over here?
Yeah, sure, sir. 1 second.
Nifty PSU bank.
Yeah, sir. 1 second. This.
Okay.
1 second.
And yeah, okay. Maybe on a weekly chart also you can move it so that the view will be very much clear. Okay. So now whenever you have seen that the PSU banks are rising, okay, and then if you just compare the chart with the Nifty, then Nifty is always making a top earlier, and then PSU banks or PSU bank index is making a top. So this is what actually I'm using for my reference purpose to analyze Nifty. And PSU banks means PSU sector rally may continue for next 2 to 4 weeks. So that is what actually as per my observations. And yeah, so maybe you can be a little bit cautious over here, but at least as of now my view is a little bit bearish on Nifty with the target of around 16,500 again.
Okay. So
here also you have seen, right? Now the with the hammer pattern, just wicks are there, and then
Yes,
PSU
sir.
bank
Trend
is
line plus
falling.
hammer and trend line plus
Correct?
hammer. Trend line plus hammer. Right?
Correct. And trend line is also there. So if we break that trend line, then you can see what. Then yeah, you can judge what will happen further. At the same time, if you go back to the daily chart at the in the same chart, if you go in the daily, yeah. So at the resistance, it had made the hammer and then the today's candle, which is a bearish engulfing candle.
Okay.
Correct. So yeah, whenever you will start getting noise around by Bank of Baroda, by PNB, by SBI, just be cautious. No need to see that index also. If you started getting lots of messages around PSUs, by REC, by PFC, by Container Corporation, just get alert a little bit.
Sarji, if you look at Bank of Baroda, it has its decent run. So like 81 to 110. So now if we jump on it, we are getting into a little expensive zone, isn't it?
Yeah, I will just, if you can open the chart. Personal thing is that I never trade any PSU banks.
Okay.
I never trade. So hardly you will see any PSUs in my portfolio. Yeah, Bank Baroda.
And the reason, like, I picked this up a few weeks back, and then like few months back and realized
Maybe just
I
you can
recently-
search with Baroda and
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
I got it.
stocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's the one.
Okay.
So I recently, traveled to some of these UP places, and I realized there's a Purvanchal Bank which is getting merged to this, and there was something happening.
Sorry, I couldn't get you.
So there are banks, Purvanchal Bank in UP, that got
Okay.
merged with the Bank of Baroda, in fact, and
Okay.
they are
And
in
why?
the process
And
of.
why? Okay. And why it's getting merged?
I think so. It was with SBI. Now SBI is letting that go, and now that's taken over by Bank of Baroda.
Okay.
It was
and
like a
and how?
regional bank kind of stuff.
Okay. And how is the balance sheet of that bank? Is it healthy?
Purvanchal Bank, I could not get anything. That's the other thing. So I saw the momentum and I
Okay.
traded and then
So-
exited. In fact, I didn't.
So the thing is over here is that maybe the Bank of Baroda, the market cap would be around let's say 30,000 crore rupees. Okay. And if any bank is getting merged with the valuation of let's say 1,000 crore rupees, it doesn't really adding any value. Maybe we never know about that bank books. Okay. If the books are really really worse, it will add further NPAs.
more NP.
And and the next thing is that whenever merging is happening in PSUs, always be a little bit careful, because the ratio might be what we can say, the merging ratio might be a favorable to attract just the investors, but later on it's really a shit in the books. So that's the reason actually I would really like to stay away from PSU banks. I hardly trade in PSU banks.
Still, any people have any doubts, or let's wind up this session?
Saiji, yeah, just curious to know, you do the trading full time or is it like part time along with your work?
I am, sir.
Yeah.
Whenever I get the time, basically I do trading, like what you say, like it became little passion to me. Like sometimes I won't trade. Basically, I will be enjoying my life most of the time. Whenever I get feel bored or some other thing, then I will be opening few charts and taking few positions there. Basically, I'm pursuing law. I'm finally here now, so I don't get much time for the markets. But however, making time to continue my passion in this.
Nice.
Does anyone
nice.
wants chart for study? I will give one chart.
Yes, please.
Okay, it's Amazon.
Okay.
Yesterday I bought it. If you go back to my Twitter handle, I had posted it also. I bought it at 28.21. And today it's 10-11% up.
Okay. I will study, Sakatji. I'll study and I'll try to give any insight from these learnings.
Yeah.
Something I've learned. Yeah. Thank you, Sai. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Vaya. Thank you everyone for joining this session. Actually, you can plan Sanket sir is free on weekends.
Thank you very much, Sanket.
Sai, this website is intradingview.com, right?
Yeah, trading Vaya. No need to buy a premium version also, just normal version also so helpful.
Okay, Sai. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sai, so much. Yeah, it was very informative. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Sai.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Sai.
Thank you, Sai, and thank you, Sanket, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sai.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sai.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sai.